So right now let's start off with group 16. Group 16, which is the oxygen family, which is also called as the chalcogens. ये नाम याद रखिएगा, this is an important thing. Chalcogens is another name given to the oxygen family, the group 16 family. And again, as usual, it has these 5 elements starting from oxygen obviously, then sulfur, then selenium, then tellurium and polonium. So let's explore more about these 5 elements in the section of the oxygen family, which we also call as the chalcogens. So firstly, let's talk about the abundancy. ये जो 5 elements हैं, इनमें से oxygen obviously एक non-metal है, it is a gas. So let's first write that physical property. A gas, a non-metal. Sulfur is also a non-metal, but you can generally obtain sulfur in a crystalline form of S8. Now selenium and tellurium are again gases, again non-metals. And polonium is a radioactive element. The first thing I would like to talk about is the abundancy. As I just said, oxygen is 46.6% abundant in the Earth's crust. So, oxygen is actually the most abundant element existing in the Earth's crust. 46.6% is a lot. So, the Earth's crust is majorly built of oxygen, and also it is about 21% in atmosphere. So oxygen is highly available, and as you know, oxygen is the basic necessity. Without oxygen, human beings cannot breathe. So oxygen is the most necessity element which is available, and even in the Earth's crust it comprises of 46.6%, which makes it the most abundant element available in the Earth's crust. Now if we move ahead, sulfur is just 0.03 to 0.1%. So it is very scarce in comparison to that of oxygen. Now when it comes to selenium and tellurium, these are generally found as selenides and tellurides. And these are existing in sulfide ores. So basically ये जो दो metals हैं आपको sulfide ores के अंदर मिलेंगे in very small quantity. And lastly, polonium is a decay product, radioactive decay product of thorium and uranium. So this is how their existence is. Now talking about the ores, oxygen तो in elemental form it exists, O2 वो अपने elemental natural state में exist करता है, but जो sulfur है वो generally हमें gypsum salt में मिलेगा, which is CaSO4 twice H2O, plus it is also available in Epsom salt, galena, Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate and others. So basically, as it is clear, sulfur is existing in ores. So basically ores जो होते हैं, जो minerals होते हैं जहाँ से हम metals को extract करते हैं, उनके साथ sulfates या sulfides के form में you can have sulfur, and they totally comprise of around 0.1%, the higher limit for the Earth's crust. But on the other hand, oxygen is found in its pure natural state, O2, and it comprises a pretty decent amount, and hence that's the most abundant element. And selenium and tellurium are two non-metals which exist as selenides and tellurides in sulfide ores. So again, a very small quantity relative to these two. And polonium is a radioactive element, and it is a decay product of thorium and uranium. Now sulfur generally has one more property of rotten eggs. So it is naturally available in many organic materials as well, like eggs, proteins, garlic, onion, mustard and wool. So all these entities which are there do contain sulfur in their natural form. So after talking about this, let's talk about electronic configurations, the ECs. Now the major electronic configuration, or should I say the general electronic configuration for all this oxygen family elements is NS2NP4. All these oxygen family elements will have 4 electrons in its outermost p suborbital. तो basically मैं oxygen का electronic configuration पहले discuss करना चाहूँगा, and accordingly all the other elements will follow suit. Oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. The atomic number of oxygen is 8. That means it has 8 electrons in a totality. As you can see, 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 4 is 8. Sulfur has 16. Similarly, selenium has 34, 52 and 84. You will observe the pattern. यहाँ पे there is an addition of 8 electrons, here there is an addition of 18 electrons, again 18 electrons, and then 32 electrons. So that is how a new shell is built, and that is what is happening. 8 electrons is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, and 2p4, as I said, has 4 electrons, 2 here, 1 and 1. This is 4 electrons in the outermost suborbital. 2s2 यहाँ पे होगा, इसके 2 electrons होंगे, and similar basis the other elements will have their corresponding electronic configuration. Oxygen के लिए it's 2s2, 2p4 as we talked. Sulfur के लिए it will be 3s2, 3p4, addition of 8 electrons, क्योंकि 2s2, 2p4 के बाद और 2 electrons आएंगे, you will get neon, and neon के बाद 3s2, 3p4. So it's better to write it this way, neon 3s2, 3p4. यहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हैं helium 2s2, 2p4. helium is nothing but 1s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. neon के बाद 3s2, 3p4. Now talking about selenium, selenium will be argon. argon के बाद you have 4s2, 4p4, but after that there is 3d10, 4s2, 4p4. And for tellurium it would be krypton, 4d10, 5s2, 5p4, because tellurium lies in the 5th period and polonium lies in the 6th period, and will have xenon, 5d10, 6s2, 6p4. So as you can see, the outermost electronic configuration is NS2NP4 in all the elements of the oxygen family. So this is about the electronic configuration, their general states, their abundance, how do they exist in their natural form. Now let's talk about atomic and ionic radii. Now it's very obvious that once you go down a group, आपका shell size बढ़ते जाता है, क्योंकि आपका एक एक पीरियड ऐड होता जा रहा है, तो एक एक शेल, एक एक ऑर्बिट ऐड होता जा रहा है. As you can very well see, here the period is 2, here it is 3, 4, 5 and 6. So one shell is getting added. So very obviously, as a shell is getting added, the atomic size will keep on increasing, and also the ionic size will increase. The ionic size majorly is after the addition of 2 electrons, oxygen O2 minus बनाएगा, तो basically ये जो 2p4 है ये 2p6 बन जाएगा. So that ionic size, again after adding 2 electrons everywhere, still due to that extra shell, the ionic size also keeps on increasing. But one thing you need to know, that after you add 2 electrons, the size of oxygen ion is smaller than that of oxygen, and the same pattern follows suit for all the other elements. ये हम periodic properties में discuss कर चुके हैं. The very reason for this is, once you add electrons in the outermost shell, more attraction starts occurring between the nucleus and the 2 electrons, and due to this more attraction there is condensation and the size decreases. So O2 minus का जो size है वो oxygen के size से कम होगा. But apart from that, we are talking about the general trend here. As you go down, the general trend is the size increases. So as you go down here, there is an increase in atomic and ionic size. as the reason is explained, there is an increase of shell size, rather should I write shell addition. A shell is added and hence the size also naturally increases. Now let's talk about ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. What is ionization energy and ionization enthalpy? That is, as we had learnt in periodic properties, again it's the energy required to remove one electron from its outermost orbit. Now as it is very clear, oxygen का size सबसे कम है, तो इसका मतलब जो अट्रैक्शन है, पुल जो है न्यूक्लियस से वो सबसे ज्यादा है. इसका मतलब जो आउटर मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्सीजन में है उसको निकालना रिलेटिवली बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है एज कंपेयर टू एज यू गो डाउन, क्योंकि जैसे आप नीचे जाते हो ग्रुप के, एज यू गो डाउन अ ग्रुप द साइज इंक्रीजेस एंड द अट्रैक्शन फ्रॉम द सेंटर of the nucleus to that outermost electron reduces, and since the attraction is low, plucking out that electron becomes relatively easy, and that is why ionization enthalpy decreases. So ionization enthalpy is highest here, so it decreases down the group. Since attraction from the nucleus, attraction of outermost electron from nucleus reduces due to increase in size or distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost electron. This is about ionization enthalpy. Now one more thing, the next thing is electron affinity. As we had learned earlier as well, electron affinity और ionization energy generally hand in hand जाते हैं. Electron affinity जो है sorry, it's nothing but the energy which is given out once an electron is added. So yeah, the thing is ideally the electron enthalpy should reduce down the group, because since oxygen जो है वो दो electrons invite करेगा because to form its outermost complete octet, क्योंकि there are 6 electrons, as you can see there are 6 electrons in the outermost orbit of oxygen, and there will be 6 electrons in the outermost orbit of all these elements. It needs 2 electrons to complete its octet and hence become a stable ion. So the thing is once electrons are invited, the oxygen takes the electrons and hence releases energy. This energy is called as the electron gain enthalpy. Now since the incoming electrons will be attracted by the nucleus more, the electron gain enthalpy of oxygen should be the highest and the electron gain enthalpy of polonium should be the lowest, because since of the small size, the incoming electrons will be attracted more by the nucleus, and that is why more energy will be released. But there is a small problem. The thing is the electron enthalpy of sulfur is comparatively more than that of oxygen. There is a particular reason for that. The thing is oxygen is highly compact in nature. It's a very very small atom. Reason being, periodic properties में हमने एक चीज पढ़ी थी, that as you go across a period your size decreases. The basic reason behind that is in atomic state, in their elemental state, neutral state, जैसे आप एक पीरियड के अक्रॉस जाते हो आपके नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बढ़ते जाते हैं. तो बिकॉज द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स स्टार्ट ग्रोइंग, the attraction from the nucleus to these electrons start increasing, and because the attraction increases there is a condensation of size, and as you go across a period, so basically what I'm saying is from lithium to fluorine the size decreases. So because of that, and since oxygen lies in the second period, oxygen का size बहुत ही छोटा है, it's a very compact element, and because of that it has less electron gain enthalpy, less electron affinity. So the thing is electron gain enthalpy should again ideally increase like this, decrease down the group. Since incoming electrons are attracted by the nucleus, so energy is given out. But the only thing is, sulfur का electron enthalpy is more than oxygen because of the compact nature of oxygen. This is something you should note down because this is an exceptional behavior of oxygen. General trend ये होना चाहिए था कि oxygen more than sulfur, more than selenium, then tellurium and then polonium, but the thing is sulfur is the highest, has highest electron enthalpy. The reason is the high compact nature of oxygen. इसके वजह से क्या होता है, let's try and talk in detail in periodicity terms. Because oxygen का जो size है वो इतना छोटा है कि जो incoming electron है, now think about it, think of a picture that you have a sulfur atom and a really very small oxygen atom. When an electron comes and tries to get inside the sulfur shell, the nucleus obviously attracts the incoming electron, and because of that attraction energy is released, which is called electron enthalpy. Now the thing is because of a relatively bigger size of sulfur, the electron can be capacitated. There is place for the electron to come and settle down in the outermost orbit. Although there will be electron repulsion, but that won't be so high so that the electron doesn't come only. It does, because there is space for all the electrons to settle. But in oxygen, due to its compact nature, जो 6 electrons already exist कर रहे हैं oxygen में, वो incoming electron को repel करेंगे. Because of that, it becomes difficult for the incoming electron to come and settle down. So it does happen, it does come, and oxygen does form O2 minus, but the thing is it becomes slightly difficult because of the dense electron cloud in the small oxygen atom. Now because of this dense electron cloud, the incoming electron has difficulty, has hurdles to form O2 minus, but it eventually does. But because of this difficulty, the electron enthalpy is less. उतना ज़्यादा एनर्जी नहीं दे पाता है ऑक्सीजन का एटम जितना सल्फर का एटम दे पाता है, और इस वजह से इलेक्ट्रॉन एंथैल्पी जो है वो सल्फर का ऑक्सीजन से ज़्यादा है. आइडियली ऑक्सीजन का ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ट्रेंड ये है दैट इट डिक्रीजेस डाउन द ग्रुप बिकॉज द ऑक्सीजन शुड हैव द हाईएस्ट tendency to attract electron, which it obviously has. There is no doubt in that. The oxygen definitely has more tendency, oxygen nucleus has more tendency to attract those incoming electrons, but because of the compact nature, the electron cloud, the dense electron cloud repels the incoming electron, and hence lower electron enthalpy as compared to sulfur. So sulfur is number 1, oxygen is number 2, and then 3, 4, 5 the ideal trend as it goes down. The next property, as you can see, is electronegativity. Now again, electronegativity will have a similar property. It decreases down the group. Now again, as you know, oxygen is the second highest electronegativity element. Electronegativity is nothing but the tendency to pull electrons in a covalent bond. So basically, whenever there is a bond existing, sharing of 2 electrons happens, and oxygen tends to pull the electrons the second highest. The highest electronegative element is, as you know, fluorine. Fluorine lies in the group 17 elements, the halogens. And the second highest electronegative element is oxygen. So oxygen का electronegativity सबसे highest है, second highest है. Oxygen is second highest electronegativity element, electronegative element, and the electronegativity decreases down the group as because the tendency of pulling electrons decreases. So these are a few trends. These are the electronic configuration, their physical properties, their atomic number, their abundance. This sums up the initial section of the section of chalcogens. We talked about the physical properties as well. One thing that we didn't discuss was the properties. These are non-metals, and one thing which we missed out is tellurium and selenium have slight metallic properties as well, and that is why they are not called as non-metals. They are generally termed as metalloids. So tellurium and selenium both are metalloids, and polonium, as we discussed, is a radioactive and and has a short life as well. So the half life of this T half is around 13.6 days. So it's a disintegrating element. Now one thing we didn't talk about is the melting and boiling point. Now the melting and boiling point, MPs and VPs, the melting and boiling point increases with increase in atomic number. So melting and boiling point increases down the group. This is slightly understandable except for polonium. polonium को अगर हम कंसिडर नहीं करें तो ये दिख रहा है कि ये नॉन मेटल्स हैं और धीरे धीरे थोड़ा सा मेटालिक कैरेक्टर बढ़ता जाता है. इसका मतलब ये है कि ये गैस है, ये थोड़ा सा क्रिस्टलाइन स्ट्रक्चर में भी अवेलेबल होता है, जनरली गैस स्ट्रक्चर में होता है. देन ये थोड़े से मेटालिक फॉर्म में एग्जिस्ट करना चालू करते हैं. इसका मतलब ये क्लियर है दैट द मेल्टिंग पॉइंट इंक्रीजेस बिकॉज जैसे आप टेम्परेचर कम करते जाएंगे, these are the ones who will form solid state first because this is anyways a gas. At room temperature oxygen is a gas, sulfur is a gas, but थोड़ा टेम्परेचर कम करने के बाद it will convert itself to crystalline format. These are solids. So again, as it is very clear, the melting point and boiling point increases down the group. Oxygen का melting और boiling point relatively बहुत कम है. Now the thing is, one stark thing here to notice is the melting point and boiling point difference between oxygen and sulfur is very high. Just put up numbers so that we can understand. Let's just talk about the melting point. The melting point of oxygen in Kelvin is 55. For sulfur it is 393, and then it is 490 and 725 for selenium and beryllium, and it's around 600 for polonium. Now the thing is, if you understand the pattern, there is a huge difference between sulfur and oxygen ka melting point. The reason behind that is quite simple. The reason behind that is that oxygen occurs in O2 state and sulfur generally occurs in its S8 state. इसके बारे में हम डिटेल में बाद में पढ़ेंगे. Rhombic sulfur, allotropic forms होते हैं सल्फर के, yellow sulfur. So the thing is, this exists as an S8 structure. Now S8 structure clearly indicates that there is a network of sulfur atoms forming the sulfur molecule. Now O2 just indicates that there are two atoms connected by an OO bond. So now breaking this bond is relatively easier, or breaking the molecular interactions between O2 and O2 is relatively easier as compared to breaking the molecular attractions between a molecule which is comprised of 8 atoms. So इसके बारे में डिटेल में anyways हम पढ़ेंगे, but the point is इसको ब्रेक करना relatively difficult है. That is why इसका melting point ऑक्सीजन के मेल्टिंग पॉइंट से काफी ज्यादा है. So this is something that we should note about the melting and boiling point of these atoms. Now let's move on to the next section of chemical properties where we will learn about the oxidation states. Oxidation states के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. Now let's go here. Oxygen जो है, now since we know the electronegativity trend, oxygen has the highest electronegativity amongst all. For that matter, oxygen is the second highest electronegative element in the entire periodic table. So the thing is, whenever oxygen forms a bond, it would always pull electrons, except in the case of fluorine. जब fluorine के साथ bond बनाता है तभी नहीं, but in apart from that, it generally always pulls electrons. So oxidation state जो है, elemental state में तो zero oxidation state में रहेगा, natural state में जब O2 oxygen gas बनाता है. But apart from that, the standard oxidation states और oxidation number is -2. जैसे आप वाटर को कंसिडर करेंगे H2O, जिसमें ऑक्सीजन का ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट इज -2. सो -2 जनरल ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट है. -1 भी कभी कभी लेता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन इफ इट हैज अ पेरोक्साइड लिंकेज H2O2। अगर हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड, अगर आप ये पर्टिकुलर कंपाउंड को कंसिडर करेंगे, तब ऑक्सीजन के एक तरफ दूसरा ऑक्सीजन होता है जहां से वो इलेक्ट्रॉन पुल नहीं कर सकता, इसीलिए वो -1 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट में होता है, और रेयरली +1 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट में होता है। ये +1 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट तभी होता है जब वो एक फ्लोरीन एटम के साथ बॉन्ड बनाता है। द कंपाउंड इज ऑक्सीजन डाइफ्लोराइड OF2, जिसमें ऑक्सीजन के एक तरफ फ्लोरीन होता है, दूसरे तरफ भी फ्लोरीन होता है, जो वो बॉन्ड्स के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पुल कर लेते हैं। दैट इज व्हाई ऑक्सीजन का +2 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट हो जाता है। रादर ये +2 होता है, +1 नहीं होता। सो दिस इज द जनरल ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर्स दैट oxygen takes. Sometimes it also has +1 depending upon the oxides and superoxides it forms. Now let's go to the next. Generally -2, 2, 4 and 6 are the oxidation numbers of the other elements, namely sulfur, selenium and beryllium. Polonium has 2 and 4, only these two oxidation states. So these are the oxidation numbers that generally these elements depict. So let's see why does this happen exactly. Now oxygen का outer electronic configuration है 2s2 2p4. Now one thing to understand is, since this is in the second period, this is 2s, this is 2p, there is no 2d here. Since there is no third shell, there is no suborbital or orbitals left for these electrons to jump, and that is why the thing is oxygen can always have a covalency of 2. It can form 2 bonds, 2 sigma bonds with 2 other atoms, और rather एक एटम के साथ ही 2 bonds बना सकते हैं। 2 bonds बना सकते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे 2 electrons unpaired है और ये 2 lone pairs उनके पास available होंगे, और what it can do is remove out these 1 electrons each and can form 4 bonds depending upon that. So यहाँ पे जैसे आप देख पा रहे हैं, ये 2 ही कोवलेंट 2 बॉन्ड शेयर कर सकते हैं, इसीलिए जनरली ये -2 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट होता है। जो बॉन्ड्स यहाँ पे फॉर्म होते हैं, दिस एंड दिस, to form the complete octet, they generally pull it, and that is why the -1 oxidation state. When it comes to sulfur, selenium and tellurium, they also have a similar electronic configuration, no doubt, but the thing is they also have an empty d orbital. If this is ns, let's say sulfur में ये 3s है, ये 3p है, तो उनके पास ये nd भी है, 3d सबऑर्बिटल लेफ्ट है। सो उससे क्या होगा कि ये एक और ये 2 जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, जो पेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, वो अनपेयर होके यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे। सो व्हाट आई मीन इज this can happen, this and this electron can get into their excited state, or as we call it the hybridized state, and they can come here and here. Now as you can see, there are 6 electrons, and hence sulfur can form 6 bonds, and that is why the highest oxidation state is +6. On the other hand, it can form an oxidation state of -2 as well, because originally यहाँ पे 2 electrons कम है, तो वो 2 electrons जो है generally it can accept and form a oxidation state of -2. Similarly, other oxidation states of 2 and 4, intermediate oxidation states, are also available. So this is about the chemical properties, the oxidation states and oxidation numbers of the group 16 oxygen family.